I think that one of the concern for us today is to looking at others with generous eyes of Jesus Christ. If we don't look at that, we may commit again. And from the point of Boston, I think about always as I looking down to Boston Common, I think about the pain of Anabaptists, Baptists, and Quakers, because when John Winthrop came over here first time, he declared, city on a hill. Is it exclusive or inclusive? That's only for Puritan book is good, because, but, Quakers, Baptists, they are again another descent. The Puritan are descents in the British soul. But, they became minority there, and they left the country, come over here, and establishing the city on a hill for the Christian faith. Now, there is different denomination, Baptists, Quakers, and they stone them. They actually discriminate them. So Rosa Williams left the city, Mrs. Hutchinson left the city, they settled down to the Providence, and then Mrs. Hutchinson actually went down to New York. Therefore, we see the history here. At the same time, in other states here, in the colonial British America, there are a lot of the kind of discrimination in the view of other religious sect. We cannot, neglect that history. And that I think the American toleration came out of that kind of discrimination. Now American Christianity, I think, is so generous. However, still the evangelical, essence, the people there still maintaining. And I think the non-Western Christianity have never tried that type of toleration. So that we have to learn. Rwandan Christians, they have to learn that. Christians shouldn't kill others because we have to accept, other people, although there will be the issue of the races, the issue of the genocide, issue of the long history. So we say the post-colonial and pre-colonial era, when Western missionaries and Western power overruled in many third world Christianity, and people united. When Western power departed, and people become more divided. Do you understand what I mean? Therefore, there are more killing occurred than ever when the Western colonial power took in the places. Therefore, we have to learn right now not to kill each other. And so much things that I'm Reformed tradition, I criticize the Pentecostal. That is not the way that we are doing in the right direction. So we need to understand one another, tolerate each other.
I'm absolutely in agreement with you. Quite often I talk about the Great Commission. People talk about Matthew 28 and Acts 1:8, and those are right passages. But one thing they miss out on is John 13:35. By this shall all people know you are my disciples. That is a Christian witness. And again, Jesus, when he prays in John 17 before his crucifixion, and he prays that they may be one, so that the world may know you have sent me, Father. And so that is another clear witness. And so we really, for 2,000 years of Christianity, we Christians, brothers and sisters, we have to learn this prayer that Jesus prayed for. And so there's a lot of need for that. But having said that, what are your experiences in terms of global leadership from North and South working towards that goal? Is there an intention towards that of loving each other, working together, learning from each other? And even Christianity, the leaders from Christianity in the global South, their willingness to learn from the Western world, Western leaders as well, and from their history.
I often think about the father and son relationship. I don't know this is the right metaphor, but I'm thinking the father has two sons. The one son is his real son, the other one is the adopted son. The real son, the father wants two sons to grow much. And when his own son grows a lot, father is happy about it. And when he sees also his adopted son grow in maturity like Joseph, he'll be very happy. But as we see, the father gets old, son becomes very matured. That's we see when our fathers are becoming older and older, we become already older generation. So there is the way that the Western Christianity is like a father. And the father actually nurtured so many children all over the world. The Western missionaries send out the missionaries. I have never forget the beauty of the missionaries from the Western world.
Right.
They have shown the sacrifice. They have shown the kindness and love, and how the Christian live out like that. So we learn from the father. Although the breed, race, backgrounds are different. Colors are different. Yellow to the white, black to the white, all different races. However, we have, the physical father, the so-called Western Christian leaders. Then, within the vicinity of the Western Christianity, there are sons, like one son, whatever. The sons are weary because the Christendom is declining. Still, this son must be matured. Yet, that the surrounding is not like before. So I think myself, the people from the non-Western Christian world, coming to the Western world, say to the weary father, thank you. You did a great job. You sent your missionaries. You have done such a great thing because we believe in Christ right now. Because we are younger. We are much, larger than your numbers, yet we still learn from you. And I think that's a mutual relationship. Adopted son also has same prestige with their own son. Yet there's no distinction, but there is one different things. Because this different thing is different color, different race, different gender, can work together for the beauty of Christ. And I believe that we Christians say a lot more the gratitude to the forefathers what they did. And then this is the commandment for us that the non-Western Christian leaders should sacrifice what the Western Christian leaders did before. Then it can be mutually benefiting. If we don't do that, we will make more mistake than the fathers did before. Then, our sons who coming from our generation will greatly disbenefited or maybe dismarried. That can be mattered. Therefore, I believe, we have to show ourselves as very great example. Then at the same time, we have to also say a lot of the words, the encouragement to our own brother, which means younger leaders in the Western world. They don't have a lot of good, friends there. In Europe, North America, church becoming smaller, declining. So we have to say, okay, we support you. We want to work together with you. We are going to try to back you up, whatever you want to do, because we have same faith in Christ. That's what I want to say.